Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Yep.
And Brandon.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about games and things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got games and things to talk about this week.
I had to fill out.
Holy shit.
I know. You negative Brandon or Nick.
All I've done
anonymous chameleon.
Watch things.
I'm logged in. I'm logged in.
Anyways, we're here.
All I've done is watch TV. There we go. That's what I've done this week.
That's good. Okay. So, you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you get to go first.
Oh. Okay.
Because this is coming out in the day of Metroid Dread. You played a Metroid thing.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
So
Metroid Dread.
it makes sense for you to talk about your Metroid things since we're going to talk about Metroid Dread yet.
Yeah, I also would like
yeah.
you to convince me right now to buy Metroid Dread. That's your job.
I mean, it's gonna be a horror game. So.
Is it really? Is someone following you around a horror game?
I will. Well, I'll touch.
I mean,
in maybe a
Metroid
little
Fusion
bit
had that like deep tension in it.
Mm-hmm.
I have an argument that most Metroid games are soft/light horror games anyway.
I can
But
get behind that.
in my preparation and excitement for Metroid Dread coming on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go through and replay Super Metroid because it's one of my favorite games and probably my favorite. Yeah, definitely my favorite Metroid.
Did you
Okay.
finish it? Again?
I just finished fighting Kraid yesterday.
Okay.
So, and I'm working my way. I forget what's next after Kraid. I used to have like the whole map, like not memorized, but like I could get somewhere and be like, okay, I know where I gotta go next.
Mm-hmm.
For like more muscle memory than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's not a very long game. Like I think you can probably beat it in like under 6 hours, something like that.
Yeah, man, I think if you were to speedrun it, it's very fast.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes, right?
Oh yeah, you can speed. Yeah, you can sequence break the fuck out of that game and do all that
Yeah.
fun stuff. But yeah, no, just in my excitement for that game coming out Friday, I've been
Mhm.
replaying Super Metroid, and then if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you can go do that yourself right now
Yeah.
and replay through one of the best games, in my opinion, ever made. But yeah, so
I
Metroid,
don't know. IGN didn't think it was.
I mean, IGN review scores.
It wasn't a review score. It was voted by 26 million votes
Oh,
to
that.
be
No, that's-
knocked out in round one. It was defeated by.
With a
Let's
Fortnite
see.
phone.
Oh no, let's find out real quick because I went over this with with Mike last week when
You
you
know
were
what?
here.
That's not even honest because there's shit that I voted for that I was like, I just want this to beat this because it would be funny.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was round one and it was beaten by Apex Legends in round one.
Oh well, yeah, no, like you can't. Those aren't definitive lists. Those are just.
Are you sure? I mean, 26 million people voted on it.
26
This
million
is-
people in that particular Apex versus Metroid?
No, in the
Oh,
entire
okay.
thing overall.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like, yeah, okay, cool. 26 million people voted in the entire thing, but like, what I'm saying is you can't take that as a definitive list because people are voting for shit for the fucking meme. Because I know I did.
You wanted the people that allowed Rise of the Tomb Raider to beat Half-Life?
No, I
I was like,
forget.
I'd be upset if so.
There was one game that was like, I forget what it was versus Bloodborne, and I was like, well, fuck Bloodborne. I want Bloodborne to win. So I
It was
voted for-
Tetris. Tetris lost to Bloodborne.
No, it was a different one at the time. I forget what it was. Whatever.
Half-Life Alex.
Did Batman beat Bloodborne?
Batman beat almost everything.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that whole bracket's a meme. But yeah, so like I said, I'm replaying that because
Now,
Metroid
Batman
Dread-
beat Dark Souls
yeah,
with
like,
64%.
Same thing.
And then,
some of those
then
are
it
just
got beaten by Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so Metroid Dread coming out this Friday. I actually have tried because the last trailer I saw for it
Mhm.
kind of gave me a spoiler that I didn't want to know about. Which
Mhm.
do you guys? I mean, if it's an official trailer, do you consider it a spoiler?
I mean,
It
it can
depends.
be.
I look at it the same way I look at like movie trailers because some
Yeah.
movie trailers just tell you the whole movie. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
I
my-
mean, after the last Metroid trailer, like the last official trailer, like I was like, I'm done
Yeah.
watching these, because that one had a bunch of shit in it that I didn't want to know about, and I was like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's my thing.
So-
I stopped watching the trailer after I forget it was. I know a new one came out recently, but there was one right before that showed off some returning characters from older games,
Mhm.
and I was like, I wish I would have just gone into that like naturally because like
Yeah,
it
I
was been
think
so
I
much
think
more
we're talking about the
exciting.
same trailer.
Yeah, because I think the trailer after that they went into like a deep dive on who like the big bad is, and I'm like, I don't want to know because like
Yeah,
I'll figure it out as I play the game.
I I did see like a preview of like early game stuff, and
Mhm.
it kind of indicated that my theory about the story, like the at least the setup for this story, is true. And I
Mhm.
was like, that's cool. I'm like, that's exciting that they went that direction.
Did you share
But
your theory here? I don't remember.
I did.
Oh, then I don't remember it.
It's okay. Do you want me to tell you what it was
Yeah,
again?
go,
Or
go.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
at this point that would be kind of spoilers because I know it's at least probably somewhat true.
Mhm.
Do you want to hear it?
yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
go for
Okay.
it.
And it's early game stuff anyways, like it's like super early. But it's basically like the idea is that when Samus gets to this planet, they're like, this seems like this is a setup. There's nothing here that makes me think that this is a legitimate thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like the Emmy are there to hunt Samus specifically.
Mhm.
Whether or not that is the case, I don't know. It was very early.
I
Obviously,
mean, I
like
could
there's
tell
lots
you.
of twists
I
and stuff.
literally have
I
the
well
I mean,
plot.
I know you can
don't
spoil
yeah
the whole thing now if you want to.
don't do that because
Yeah. Some people got it early and have been streaming it. So
my thing is in Metroid Fusion, right? What cured her was Metroid DNA, right?
Yeah.
So like my theory is like they sent her there as a setup because now theoretically Samus is technically the last Metroid at this point.
Yeah, and I pointed that out too when I gave the theory last time. That
Yeah,
Samus is technically the last Metroid, assuming that there are no other surviving ones. Because I mean, the Federation's a bunch of shady bitches, so who
well,
knows?
yeah. So like they're trying to eliminate her to eliminate Metroids once and for all.
Yeah, and also theoretically, potentially the last X as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it tracks, but just from everything that I have seen of the game, that like what I'm most happy about is the way it looks and the way it seems to play. It just looks very solid all the way around.
yeah,
And from what I'm looking at, like if they ever, because obviously a lot of companies are going on like remakes and reimagining kind of tangents. The only way I would love to see Super Metroid reimagined if it was in this engine, because I feel like this would be the only one to do it justice. Because like you know, you have like those people who are like, oh well, if you completely remake this game in like a completely different graphical style, it'll make it completely better. I'm like, not always.
yeah. No, I agree with that.
So like, you know, my thing is I feel like they have a really good feel with this one, and it really separates this obviously from the Prime series. Because like, could you imagine if they tried to make like another 3D game that wasn't Prime, and people would get like even more so confused than they are now? They're like, wait, this is Metroid 5? Prime 4 didn't even come out yet.
I
But
know.
but so Brandon, you said you're on the fence about getting it.
yeah, I just don't know.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, what about it are you not sold on?
Well, I haven't really played a Metroid game since like the Game Boy ones. I know there was one on 3DS, but I didn't play that.
That
was
was
just a
Metroid
remake of
2.
the second one.
Yeah. And other than that, like other than the Game Boy Advance ones, I haven't played a Metroid game in a very long time, and I don't know. I just
The
I
good news
don't
is
really.
the direct sequel to that one.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
know. There's a lot, like, because I don't remember anything Metroid related. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest at all. I remember nothing Metroid related. So I kind of have this feeling like I'm not gonna understand a single fucking thing going into it,
Probably.
and I'm just like,
Supposedly, there's a recap at the beginning.
yeah, there was.
There you go. Now you know everything you need to know.
Yeah.
I skipped over the recap, but I'll go back to the recap. But
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil anything yet. But I did see that there's like a 15-minute recap.
I mean,
So
it
there's
only
that.
makes sense because, like, what this game has been rumored in development for nearly 2 decades at this point,
Mhm.
and the last time, when did Future come out? Like 04?
It was a long time.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So there's probably a lot of people who haven't played any of these Metroid games.
Oh,
So
Future
was
actually
we need
earlier
I
this
guess
than
to
the
that.
other
so
thing is
good.
probably the fact that like I don't know how much gameplay I'm gonna get out of it. And there's some games that, I bought from the Switch, right? That definitely were not worth $60. And I almost feel like this could possibly be one
Uh-huh.
where it's not worth the $60 and it's like very short. like other games, which would be on brand,
Yeah, it
but
would be on
at
brand.
the same time, it'd be like, yeah, but why should I pay $60 for this? That, it just feels like a bit of an upcharge because it's Metroid, And the way I'm looking at it right now is I could get this and not know how long it is, or I could get something like Far Cry 6, which releases the same day, or I could get something like the Banana Blitz and Nicktoons All-Star Brawl. I could get any of those games, which are definitely going to keep me busy for a while because of, playing with other people. Unless what you said about the monkey ball thing is true, in which case, fuck that noise. That's not worth my time. But like, playing Metroid is going to be me playing Metroid, and
Yeah.
And I don't know how focused I'll be playing on playing Metroid when there's so many other things releasing at the same time.
I mean, that's fair. And like, honestly, you're right. Historically, Metroid games have been pretty short. Cause let me see.
Mm-hmm. And that's nothing against Metroid games. I do love Metroid games, like Metroidvania kinds of games and Castlevania kinds of games. They've always been some of my favorite. But like, there's all that, and then there's the fact that I hate forced stealth segments, and I really feel like that's going to be a major part of this game.
Possibly. Now, here's my thing. So if you go back and look at all the 2D Metroid games, the longest one is Super Metroid, clocking in at 7.5 hours. And then the shortest being Metroid Zero Mission, which is actually surprisingly it's a remake of 1, and it's 2 hours shorter than the actual 1, which I guess makes some sense because they got rid of a lot of the jank.
Yeah.
It was like 4.5 hours long. Metroid Samus Returns, which is the remake of 2, looks like main story is 11 hours. And I know the developers who made Samus Returns are the same ones who are making this one. So I'm hoping maybe since obviously there's only so much you can stretch out with a remake of a game. So I'm hoping maybe given this newer source material, they might clock in, a 13 to 15 hour game.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. There's also the like you said, this whole stretching out thing. I think maybe a 6 to 8 hour game would be fine for a Metroid title, not overstay its welcome. But I also feel like something that's 3 hours and everything, I feel like that's way too little for a $60 full price title.
Because even the longest Metroid game in general is Prime 2, and that's 17.5 hours. But there's
I'm not looking for anything that's overly long. I'm just looking for something that's the right length and isn't something that's it's too long or it's not long enough. That I'm just trying to choose carefully when there's so many other things I could choose from.
That makes sense. I know you're a big Far Cry fan, so I would fully expect you
and I have
to be
friends that are going to have that as well.
Yeah.
So I have friends to play that with.
I would fully expect you to get Far Cry remake or Far Cry 6 over Metroid Prime or Metroid Fusion.
Well, no, I mean it's going to really depend because I could always just do the subscription thing for Far Cry.
That too.
So that's not a big deal. It's going to depend on probably at this point reviews from outlets I actually care about, that being YouTubers and that sort of thing, that share the same kind of interest as me. So I could see okay, well, I know this guy likes these kind of games and they felt this way towards it. And that's kind of the way I go about reviews now, is I find someone that has the same kind of biases as myself.
Yeah.
And then if they click with something that I'm interested in, then I'm okay, well, this is something I'll actually pick up. So I
mean, yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm pretty much waiting on that right now. I don't know when reviews go live for Metroid, but I'm waiting for not big name review places, but YouTubers and stuff to be able to post reviews and information. Because like I said, the 4 stealth segments, even if it isn't stealth, it seems like it could be very annoying. And oh no. I just saw what happens if you actually get caught. Ooh, oh no.
You die?
You just instantly die. It's
Well,
just an
you have a
instant game
chance
over.
to save yourself.
There was literally no chance. I'm watching someone play it right now.
Oh no, you have a chance. It's almost impossible.
Oh, okay.
That's that I've heard that Nintendo talks about it quite a bit on their Treehouse, and I heard it on the recent podcast too. They're you can save yourself, but it's a very super narrow, precise window where you have to dodge, and it's almost impossible.
It might not be possible at all at the beginning then, because there was no dodge ability that they could use to get past it. Like I said, I've been watching
I think it's
someone
during
play
those
this for a little while.
cutscenes where it looks
That
like you're
cutscene
about to
had
die.
like nothing pop up
Mhm.
for the
I don't think
ability
it
to
has
dodge.
anything pop up. I think you just have to know which button to press.
All right then.
Yeah, it's very like super narrow. Like
Hmm.
odds are you're not going to get out of it. Like the one guy who was talking about it from Treehouse on the podcast I was listening to the other day.
Hmm.
He said out of all the hours he's put into it, he's only been able to get out of it twice.
Oh my
I feel
god.
like this is the kind of thing, right? Where if I were to play this, right? If I were to be able to play a demo of this, it would really push me one way or the other, which I
Yeah.
think is kind of a shame that there's no kind of demo or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
You're
don't
right.
need no demo for this.
What'd you say, Mike?
I don't need no demo for this.
I know you don't, but I'm
Right.
saying like I think this would really help people that are on the fence. Like that would
Maybe
definitely
they have a demo at Best Buy.
They might have a demo of those ones.
I don't know. Do they still do demos like that anymore?
No, they just put like the actual game up, but then only have like a timer or something like
Yeah.
that. That's what I've seen in the past.
I remember when Metroid Prime 3 came out, they just had like the full game at our kiosk like 2 weeks early.
Hmm.
Just playing it.
And they were like, if anyone gets to this point, delete the save file.
That makes no sense. Love that.
Yeah.
But I was able to grab the collector's edition. One of my buddies got it for me, so that unfortunately won't be with me on release day.
Hmm.
So I'm probably going to buy it digitally and just kind of keep that as a sealed unit.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Mine's already preloaded because they
Yeah.
come up in a week early. So it's just
So-
wait. It's just sticking its little icon there, just waiting to be pressed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I should call out Friday. Fuck that shit. Fuck that job.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
Metroid to play.
When are your amiibo showing up?
That's a good question. I don't remember. I'll have to see. I'll look into that. I think, did I say I got them from Japan?
Yes.
Let's see. I don't remember. I don't remember because I don't have an email.
No. You'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, I'll find out if I got them. Oh, here we go. Is this it? Yep. All right, I found it. I had to look it up under Amazon.jp. And looks like I'll be getting them Monday, October 11th, or Thursday, October 14th.
Okay.
Love
All
that.
right.
So yeah, I'm getting both of those amiibos as well. I'm excited.
I'm
for all
excited.
of this. So yeah, I've been playing the Metroids, just getting me into a Metroid mood.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should sit down and play a Metroid.
I mean, yeah, like you got
That's a good
Super
idea.
sitting right on Nintendo Switch Online, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I literally have the cartridge for Zero Mission and Metroid 2 in front of me right now with my SP.
Yeah, let's go play our other M. I think that'll.
No,
Yeah.
also not Federation Force, but that's not a Metroid game, so it's fine.
Okay, so-
Other M is okay.
No, it's not.
That's all I'm getting. I'm just saying it's okay.
I know. I disagree.
No,
Other M's
it's
a whiny
okay.
baby game.
Exactly.
Whiny baby. Oh, Samus, I'm in my feelings. Shut up. Go shoot a
Apparently,
stick.
the Japanese version. I just watched something the other day. Apparently, the Japanese version changed quite a bit.
Oh,
It
yeah.
had quite a bit different text to it.
Mm.
Whereas it was more of Samus being I don't like how Adam treats me like a baby.
Wouldn't that be the English version was different then?
Yeah, well, different from what we've played.
They're probably just
Whatnot.
really poor localization.
That's what I'm thinking, honestly.
Yeah. And apparently
know
Samus
Nintendo's
does
the
have
best
voice
with
acting
localization.
in this game, too.
In Dread?
Yeah.
Oh.
hmm
Is it more than just her being like, ugh?
I guess it's language. May or may not be.
'Cause
I don't-
She didn't talk in any of the primes, did she?
No, just ugh.
Yeah.
And a scream when she died. Ah!
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that was the most voice acting she had. I don't think she's doing English language though in
Mhm.
this. If that makes sense.
Sure.
We'll find out. We only got a couple days. By the time you listen to us, we'll already know the answer.
Sure.
So, any other Metroid things you want to talk about?
No, just if you're a fan of the series, just make sure you buy it because it seems like Nintendo's really pushing this one hard.
They really are.
I saw in France it's outselling FIFA right now.
Good.
Well,
I'm actually
FIFA
happy
is
about that.
really doing poorly right
Yeah,
now.
but that's France.
Yeah, but it's still France.
FIFA to France is like Madden to America, where like even if it's bad, nobody gives a shit. They're gonna buy it.
Actually, no one's been like playing. Like, okay, let me rephrase that. A lot of people, even that are like big Madden fans, have been like massively criticizing Madden these last 2 years in a row. So,
I'm not talking
as
about
well as FIFA, as well as like NBA 2K.
I'm talking about people who don't give a fuck, though, is what I'm saying. Like,
I'm talking about those people that would literally only buy those games. They are sick and tired of the same bullshit as well as everyone else is. They finally hit that peak where the last 2 releases for pretty much all the big name sports titles, everyone has complained about, and it is sold incredibly poorly.
All right.
So here's hoping for a change. Because, like, yeah, even, like, those channels that are like, yeah, open up the Skinner boxes, are just like, man, fuck this shit. So.
Oops. All right, fair enough. But, I'm all Metroid shagged out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for my amiibo.
Yes, they look very good. That's good.
I mean, Brad, did you buy the Diablo 2 remake?
So I got the Diablo 2 remake. I didn't
There you go.
specifically buy it, but I got the Diablo 2 remake.
That's the phrasing I like to hear.
I didn't pirate it. It's just someone that didn't want it was like, here you go. Basically.
It fell off a digital truck.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. Some back alley GameStop was like, I don't want this shit, and then they gave it to me. So anyway, I streamed it actually with a friend, and it's really boring.
I thought it was exactly the same as Diablo 2.
Yeah, no.
Why is it boring?
I don't know how to describe it, but like when I played the beta by myself without the online play and everything, it was fine. It was good. It was Diablo 2 and everything. But then when I went back and played it again, from the beginning, because I didn't get to carry over my character from the beta or anything like that, it was just very annoying going through the entire first and a half acts, and everything just kind of felt like nothing. Like it was just going through the motions. It's just soulless. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it. I didn't have fun playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like a chore. Granted, this is the beginning of the game and everything.
Yeah.
So like that tends to happen with games like that. But even like I remember liking Diablo 3 like quite a lot at the beginning of the game, and just like after they fixed it up, but I remember like I didn't mind ever replaying the beginning of Diablo 3. In fact, it had a lot of points where I was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna go fight this part and do this thing. But like Diablo 2 just feels very, I don't know.
I really want to play it, but I don't want to spend money on it.
It's too perfectly made to be like Diablo 2. And as such, like it's just very boring at the beginning. Like very, very boring. I think I died a few times, and it was due to netcode issues, because their netcode's pretty shit. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Diablo 3's netcode was way better. I'm not sure if it's the same thing and their servers are just shit and they just don't care about it anymore or what, but it just, I don't know. It didn't feel good to play. A lot of times I felt a lot of desync, and some things just weren't working correctly when playing online, and I didn't like it. And we had some really broken moments too that I can recall. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I remember at the time they were just kind of annoying. It's like, at least from the first act and from playing it online, it's the most like 6 out of 10 period. It's just very nothing.
I mean, that game does get a little bit more exciting towards the latter end of the game.
I'm absolutely positive. I remember it being exciting towards the end, but like the bad netcode, the fact that like I can't even put my name as Asuka.
Why?
Because of the profanity filter.
Why how is that profanity?
Suk, S-U-K. Suck.
Oh, that's like suck.
Or it
That's
might
not
be,
bad.
yeah, it's the profanity filter is extremely strong and overzealous to the point where like you can barely input any names if it even looks like it's like I could probably be like poo poo pee pee and it'd be like profanity filter. You cannot pass, more or less, you know? So it's a very strong profanity filter, and that was super annoying to begin with because like I couldn't even make my own name. So I was just like, oh great. And I don't remember it being that strong in the beta. I remember being able to make my name. So that kind of really pissed me off to begin with.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like
I don't know, man.
Gotta suck us.
It was just kind of there.
it makes me sad 'cause I really want to play it, but I also don't want to give Activision Blizzard any money. So
Buy it used from GameStop.
I could do that.
Like that's your best bet, I'd say, if you don't want to give them any money. Buy it used from like there or from GameFly or something like that, and then you're not giving them money because it's being resold by someone else.
That's fair.
But yeah,
Diablo 2 was like one of my favorite all-time games.
yeah, I remember really, really liking it when I was younger. But like something about this just, I don't know.
Don't feel right.
You don't feel right.
Was it something in your drink?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So other than that, I was watching like TV shows. I watched Squid Game. Finished that. Watched the first 2 episodes of Alice in Borderland. That show's fucking fantastic too. You know what that show is, Nick? Because I think you would like it.
Alice in Borderlands?
Yes.
Is Claptrap in it?
No.
Oh,
I knew
okay.
you were gonna say that shit. It's so
I mean, that's what I
offensive
would've
to
guessed,
Alice in
too.
Borderlands. Alice in Borderlands is basically The World Ends With You, but it's a TV
okay.
show.
And
They
it's
woke
set in
up
the
in a
Borderlands?
fake version of Shibuya where everyone's gone and they have to play games that are death games and that sort of thing, and they have so much time to complete them, yada yada yada. But instead of having like the timestamp on their arm, their wrist, or whatever, you know, with a day's time you have left until whatever, instead they have cell phones that tell them where they have to go to do the games and whatnot. It's really good in the first 2 episodes I've seen. Like the second game they played was like tag in this big like apartment complex, and
Mhm.
like someone was just stomping around as the tagger when they had like a fucking Uzi, and they were just gunning everyone down when they ran into them instead of actually tagging them.
God.
And it was really cool and like super suspenseful, lots of fun. So yeah, that's good. I like that one. And like the main character of that is like a weird genius gamer dude who like notices the most minute details, and it's really interesting because he like explains the things that you wouldn't think of on how to figure out the game,
Mhm.
and it's just like, oh, I didn't even think about that,
Mhm.
but he did, because like, yeah, he looked at a map of the building when they first entered, or he looked at the car parked outside, or some weird shit that makes no sense, but then he explains it and you're like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's one of those things. And I mean, that show's really good. I like that one quite a lot. I might actually end up liking that more than Squid's Game. And I guess the last thing I'll touch on, other than I've been rewatching The Sopranos, which is a lot of fun. Again, if you've never watched it, you probably should. It's really good and very ahead of its time, to be completely honest. But there was a Tokyo Game Show this past weekend.
Yeah, there
What?
was. Oh my God! Please tell me you saw the Strangers of Paradise thing.
I love the bullshit followed by plays Limp Bizkit and walks off.
Oh, good God, that game.
Okay,
is gonna be trash.
listen. You say it's gonna be trash, but I look at something that's that bad, and I'm like, this is uniquely bad. I have to play this. Like this is the most 2000s game ever, and I kind of love it. It's like Dirge Cerberus,
Oh my God.
and I kind of love it.
So sad because they're like, oh, it's a reimagining, and it's like kind of like it's influenced by the first game and all that shit. I was like, all right, cool. That's really cool.
I mean,
like,
it
the
is.
first game had like no
It
plot.
is.
No, it's not, because Fred Durst wasn't in the first fucking game,
It's
Brandon.
not Limp Bizkit, my friend. Unless, and this would be really cool, right? So, in case you don't know, Limp Bizkit actually has a new album releasing this year, and the way he's releasing it is by leaking all of his tracks in the weirdest way possible, and then he's gonna release the entire album. So, my theory is people that are joking, saying that that's Limp Bizkit, are actually right, and he leaked one of his tracks through a game demo. And I would be absolutely amazed by both Square Enix doing that and him doing that. I don't know if you've seen him now, but he is a meme. It's like if Smash Mouth... No. It's like if Smash Mouth realized, holy shit, we're nothing but a meme, and it has leaned so heavily into it, they basically broke their back because of how heavily they leaned into it. Okay. He had a song they put out called Dad Vibes, where he was like dressed up like an old dad with like just face mask looking old as fuck, that's like way over exaggerated for how old he is and everything, walking with like sagged pants and everything, singing about dad vibes, basically doing a song that's the most hello fellow kids thing ever. And it's so fucking funny, and he absolutely 100% knows that his music is shit and he's just having fun, and I kind of appreciate it a lot right now.
Good for him.
Good for him.
But yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how memey his new album is, as well as the new Final Fantasy game. Because you're right, it's ridiculous, and someone pointed out, like, he clearly had earbuds in, so that song was just playing to him. So the other people just walked behind him in silence, while presumably he played that one song on repeat while walking out of the castle.
Yeah, honestly.
And I was just like, this is peak meme potential, and I love it. I love it so much. So no, I'm actually super excited to play that when it releases. If we get more gems like that, my dude. All right, but now what I was actually going to say was, they released a bunch of free demos for Tokyo Game Show, and one of the ones I played is Postal Brain Damaged. Mm-hmm. Damn. Postal Brain Damaged is really good. It's like, I don't know if either of you have ever played the Postal series or know about it.
I know about it.
No, I just know you've talked about it before.
Okay, so the Postal series is really good, and it's very
Postal.
It's very like South Park in a way.
Oh, it's about mail?
It's like that kind of humor, where it's just like, oh, violent video games make you kill everyone. Let's lean heavily into that kind of joke, that sort of thing, that meme potential, or let's lean heavily into people that are like politicians that said things like that and make fun of them, or celebrities and all that kind of shit. So very, very much a South Park kind of vibe. But this game is essentially that turned up to 11, and also it's Doom Eternal.
Okay.
And I kind of love it. Like, in the demo, you start out in like a suburban cul-de-sac. Is that how it's pronounced? I don't remember. Cul-de-sac, yeah. Anyway, you start out in like that kind of place, and there's like big guys that are like overly fat drinking like McDonald's big slurpy drinks with like huge hamburgers flying around on little pinwheel hats and everything, screaming about America and whatnot. There's a special enemy that I found that when I killed him, he screamed and called me a fucking weeb. And it's just like, alright, okay, I like it. It's good. It's really tongue-in-cheek. It was very funny. It's a pretty long demo. They released it on Steam, so you can try it out if you want. And like, there's a smart gun, quote unquote, but like it's not very smart. You can like drink like, I think it was like a special kind of hot sauce drink, which turns your pee into fire.
Okay.
So then you can piss on enemies and light them on fire. It's like pretty cool. Yeah. And I just, in general, it takes a lot of... It's very Postal. That's the easiest way I could describe it. But it's like Postal if it had a budget. and it wanted to be Doom Eternal. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. I think the demo alone, I would say, makes it worth checking out.
Okay. Is that the only one you played?
Um, it is the only one I have played so far. I have a few others that I have downloaded, namely Fallen Aces, The Good Life, and Insurrection. Inscription? What is this one? Let me
Inception.
get. No. No, it is Inscription. Okay, never mind. I was like, what is this one? I had to look it up. So yeah, one of them is a board game, like you're playing a board game, like with cards and dice and all that other stuff, but it's made by the Pony Island devs. So if you know anything about the Pony Island devs, they hide a game inside of their game. So most of the time it's like their game is quite literally a creepypasta.
Okay.
And they do a lot of ARG stuff inside their games, and this one looks to be about the same. It's publisher's Devolver, so you know, there's that. Yeah, Pony Island, The Hex, and Inscription now are the games that they have made, and yeah, the last one is a card battler, like RPG roguelike board game horror game that releases like in 2 weeks, and the demo was released for that. I haven't jumped into it yet, but I'm very excited to play that one just because of who's making it. So I don't think I've played anything else though. I'm trying to
Okay.
think. I haven't. No, nothing.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sold.
Yep, I'm good.
All right. I finished Actraiser Renaissance.
Okay, how was it?
It was good. I liked it. I think so. There was a surprise
Okay.
because, like, when I finished it, there was like after game stuff, which I was not expecting. So, like, they added extra content to it there. And we knew they added extra levels. They said even when it came out, but I don't know if that was the only one or not because I don't remember what was before the final boss. But yeah, no, there's extra stuff, and it was very surprising and very nice. So I was very excited about it. And yeah, that's really cool. And they added, like, I even saw too, like, after I finished, there's like a lot of quests and stuff that I had missed. So I can go back and do those. I don't know if I will or not, but I just saw that there was there. So there was more stuff that you can do. So there's that stuff there. I did really enjoy my time with it. I know we talked about it quite a bit last week. But they changed, like I said, they did add a bunch of new stuff now because it's got the tower defense mechanism to it, which I thought was a nice addition. And you obviously still have like the city building stuff. So that works pretty well together. They changed how like the side scrolling areas work with the magic and the leveling up mechanic, and then like the power up mechanic. So you got all of that extra stuff there. They had a ton of new story bits, which I thought added quite a bit to this, like the actual story of the game. As overall, I really enjoyed it. Like, I think it was a lot of fun. The music's still fantastic. I do really like in like the new area when you go into the side scrolling things. Like, they didn't fuck around and make a new song. They just did Fillmore again. And I was like, yes, this is the song that you needed to do. Everyone knows it. So that was great. So I was like, when I booted it up too, like to go in the first stage, I'm like, watch these fuckers just put Fillmore in here. That'd be awesome. And they did. So, because that song is one of the best songs of video games ever created. So, there's that. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a lot of fun. I think they did a great job remaking it. Listen, I know some people might be bent out of shape about it because it's not like, it's definitely a remake and not like a remaster, and they added a bunch of new stuff to it. I think it's very like positive upgrades, but some people might not feel the same. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have about Actraiser, unless you guys have any questions on it.
No, it's a game.
I've never played the game. I'm interested in it, but I've never played it.
Oh, you definitely should. I like it. I'm actually surprised that. Well, I mean, I guess I'm not surprised. Not surprised it didn't come out for the Switch Online stuff. But maybe it will at some point. I don't know. But if not, this game definitely go on sale. Square puts their stuff on sale, like 50% off, like all the time. So if you're on the fence about it, just wait till they do their next sale, and they'll probably get it for like $15.
Yeah,
will be, I guess. So
my one friend was like super hype about it. He had no idea. I was like, yeah. He was like, oh shit, I love Actraiser. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, fucking love Actraiser.
Go get it.
Yeah, it's good. I really enjoy it. So Yeah, there's that. But it kind of like made me wonder though. It's like I wonder if this is why they didn't put it on the Switch Online service. And I was like, does that mean that they're remaking Mario RPG as well? There was a rumor at one point.
Ooh.
I know. So that would be pretty fucking.
Doesn't
cool.
matter because I can't get fucking Gino for Smash now.
I know. But at least he can live on in your hearts through the costume.
Hearts? Are you? Okay.
Anyways, yeah, I guess that we can use that as a transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of living through our hearts, Sora.
So the last DLC was announced today for Smash, and it's Sora.
Well, we were just hopping into it. That was quick.
Yeah.
No fanfare, no nothing.
Oh, I'm not excited about it.
Nope,
Fuck
I'm not
Sora.
excited about it either. I do
I
just
thought
say, as much as I was negative excited about the Tekken guy, at least he had a good like intro trailer ish. This was the worst of all the intro trailers
Yeah, it
to have
wasn't
ever
good.
been created.
It wasn't a
For
good one.
Any Smash Brothers.
I for a second thought it was going to be someone from Dark Souls because the fire went out, you know?
Yeah.
And then like Mario went over and I was like, oh, he's going to light a bonfire and it's going to be someone from Dark Souls. And then they're like, no, it's Sora. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I get it. It was the most requested character 6 years ago. But
yeah, because supposedly he secretly won the polls, which made sense because I mean, let's be honest, Bayonetta is cool, but like for her to have quote unquote won it, it always seemed like a sham at the time.
Mhm.
I didn't believe it back then, but I was like, I don't know, Europeans are weird. So
I actually will talk a little bit about the Sora character and some of the interesting things I saw about this, right?
Yeah,
because there are some interesting things. One, I really like the fact that they added the Steamboat Willie model.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
That's sick. That's awesome. Alternate costume for him. Neat. Really like it. Two, his recovery is fucking insane.
Oh, the boy's movement speed is stupid.
It is crazy.
Yeah, like you can legit just push people off the fucking stage and come back and you're good.
Yeah, that's
so many recovery options.
He literally showed that in his video for it.
Yeah.
Like he had the little circle with Sora gone, and then Sora was just like, "Nope, I'm back on the stage."
Yeah.
And then the third thing, which I think is the most interesting, is if you look at the glass panes, you know, the one how he was showing off all the like, well, these are the iconic glass panes from Kingdom Hearts and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The glass panes that are in the background, each and every single one of them replaced the Disney character with something else.
Oh yeah, they completely censored out anything Disney.
Except for the keychain in the trailer, and then I saw someone write that's what costed them the most to make this character.
So something you got to think about too, because me and my friends were talking about this. I was like, Sora's never gonna get in the game, and they were like, "How? Why do you say that?" And I was like, "So first off, you got Square Enix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Licensing anything from Square Enix is a Herculean task in and of itself, right?
Yes.
Now, since Sora is co-owned by Disney and Square Enix, and Disney with their shit, they're even worse. Like, they're to the point where, I forget which director said it, but like, there's a director who is not only on the board for Final Fantasy, but also on the board for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Will not jump through the licensing hoops to get anything Kingdom Hearts in the Final Fantasy 14. Because he's like, it's too much. So, I would imagine that the length of time it took to get Sora in the game was not...
Today was when the deal finally went through.
So I've been working on it since the polls ended.
Yeah, because I would have assumed, right, like if Sora was the character who won the Smash ballot for Wii U and 3DS, like, why wouldn't you have included... Like, he would have been an awesome first character to include into Ultimate.
Like I said, they literally didn't have the rights to Sora until the thing went live today. They were like, "Oh, well, we just got it."
Well, this has been a legal battle for the past fucking 10 years, nearly.
Almost as long as it's
the only reason I don't believe it was today is because apparently this was leaked on 4chan like 2 months ago.
This has been leaked on 4chan for a year and a half. It's nothing that's said on 4chan.
No. It was like a very specific thing. Like early in the summer, someone posted something on 4chan's like, "Hey, I work at this licensing thing for the Kingdom Hearts music, and just got a request from Nintendo for music for October 5th." And like nobody believed him. and then then here it is.
Yeah, and here it is. Speaking of which, we're only getting 9 songs because they're like, well, we can't include any Disney IP music, which makes sense.
Yeah, but we didn't get Simple and Clean or Sanctuary, and
we did
I'm
not
just
get either
like,
of those. And
I'm just like, what is the point? What is the point?
So, that's my thing. Like,
that's
I don't
7 more songs we got than fucking Cloud when he came out, at least.
My thing is, right, I don't like Kingdom Hearts. I don't like Sora. However, I feel like their execution of Sora has been both great and sloppy, right? Because, like, the actual way the character looks, like, they did a great job on his costume. They did a great job representing him from his game. Because, like, one of the things I like about him in particular is when you, like, defeat somebody in Smash, it does, like, the little slow down, zoom out thing, like when you defeat a boss or whatever in Kingdom Hearts. Like, that's really cool, and that's an attention to detail that I can appreciate, even though I'm not a fan of the series. But then, like, you do other shit, like not include the most 2 iconic songs of the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put the stage in there, and, like, the stage is cool, and the stage is probably going to be legal. But, like, I think it's kind of, like, annoying that, one, you had to censor out all, like, some of the shit that makes the game. So... And, like, a lot of the other things that they have with them are cool, too. Like, the taunts that are, like, reflective of, like, both Donald and Goofy. Like, that's really cool. And the costumes that show off, like, the other games that he's been in. That's all cool stuff. But, like, I don't know. I'm just... I didn't want him to be the last character. Although, as much as it pains me to admit that him being the last character makes sense.
Yeah.
And, like... I can't personally think of another character who would be more fitting. I can think of other characters that I would like to have seen. Like,
the only other one that I thought would have been more fitting was Crash Bandicoot.
Well, like, Crash Bandicoot would have been cool. Master Chief would have been cool, but I knew, like, he was never really, like, viable. Like, I never really thought they were going to add Master Chief to the game. What's up, dogs? And, like, Crash Bandicoot, I think, would have been my, like, number 1 pick for the final character. Because, like, that would have been my most enjoyable thing. But yeah, so we're getting Sora, and he comes out on the 18th. And then we also got 1 costume and 2 hats. We got the Doomslayer costume for the Mii Gunner, and then we got an Octoling hat and I forget the name of the cat from Splatoon. We got him as a hat as well.
I can't even think of it either.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I was looking at the thing where the guy, like, supposedly leaked that he worked for Disney Music and that the digital event will be October 5th and Sora's the last Smash character. Dude just offhandedly, randomly, in another topic that's completely fake, wrote this on July 30th.
Oh, yeah. That's usually how that goes.
Like, here it is, random. And, like I said, nobody was like, not a single person believed him.
Yeah.
Which is probably why he did it. He's like, I got it off my chest. Nobody's going to believe it. And here it is.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know. The whole thing today, too, felt really bittersweet because, like, I don't know about you guys, but the overall feeling I got from this direct or this like, Sakurai Presents was not only is this the final piece of content coming to Smash Ultimate, but if it's not the final Smash game, it's the final Smash game that Sakurai himself is going to be touching.
Yeah, there's no way he's doing this again.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, think about it. He's been literally working on Smash Brothers almost nonstop since, like, 2000.
Yeah.
Except for, like, 2 years where they let him out of his closet to work on Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, that's all he's been doing. He's got to be so sick of it.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Is like today kind of felt like the end of an era for Nintendo because like I think Sakurai is completely done with the series. I think he's over it, and for good reason too. Because like Smash fans, I can attest to, are not the best. That's not the right phrasing. Are a little bit more annoying than I feel like than other fans because like no matter what, you can't make them happy.
Yeah.
So like even today, like yes, am I upset that the last character was Sora? Sure. Am I gonna angry tweet at Sakurai? No, but I know a lot of people who will.
I don't really think that it's a bad choice. And my reasoning, right?
Yeah.
My reasoning is if it was true that they hid the results of what actually was the Smash, like, you know, most requested character back during the 3DS and
Yeah.
Wii U. I could absolutely see them doing that, first of all, because they didn't have the right. They would not be able to get the rights to that, so they just went with like the second or third most requested character or wherever Bayonetta fucking fell in that, you know? And that makes sense to me.
Well,
and also, when you like look at it, it's just Nintendo being Nintendo again and being like, oh yeah, so here's that thing you wanted 10 years ago. We got you, fam.
Oh yeah.
And also, there are a lot of people I've seen like that are incredibly happy, like a lot of people. So there clearly were still people that wanted Sora. I think he looks fun to play, like on a like casual level. I think he could be a really fun character for shits and giggles, and I'm totally down with that. I'm always for more characters that look fun to play.
Yeah.
And whereas he could have just been yet another sword character, I do like some of his other moves that make him stand out a bit. And I do like some of the like stages. I do like the oh god, what's the other thing I was gonna say? I like how the stages change randomly in the background. I like a lot of the little touches that definitely shows they put a lot of effort into it. And I think it is a good final character because people wanted it for so long. So, like, I mean, I don't particularly care so much for Kingdom Hearts as a series. I think it's fine. I think it's very convoluted, and that's an understatement. But I don't think it's as terrible as a lot of people pointed out to be. Because, like, a lot of people are just like, this doesn't make any sense. It's just got overly complicated. It's not really a good series. And I don't really think that's true. I think, some aspects of it are.
Brandon.
But, yes.
Smash Ultimate is confirmed as canon for the Kingdom Hearts universe now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised. I would, you
gotta explain all that shit away.
No, dude, just Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be Disney and Nintendo characters, and then we'll find out that they partnered with Disney to bring the Nintendo theme park to America starting in 2025.
Yep.
And that's how it all ties in together. Like that's really it's the long and short of it.
I'm kind of more on the side with Nick with this one. Like I'm not particularly inspired by Sora as a final character. I can see why he's there though.
Yeah.
Like I get that. For me he does absolutely nothing. Because I know I've been very like vocal about this through pretty much the entirety of times that we've talked about Smash Brothers. But I definitely prefer first party characters in the game as opposed to third party
that's
characters.
Understandable.
So this last pick for me was just kind of like meh. I was really hoping for another first party character because I would have split the second pack like 50-50. But it is what it is. I mean, the second pack for me had Min Min and Pirate and Mithra, which I think at least represent like the Switch generation of Nintendo franchises pretty well. So, I mean, I guess that's that. And like I said, I can see why Sora would be there. I do have to say though, the one thing I am like super disappointed about with this, and it is kind of taking away from the character discussion for a hot minute, unless you guys are done.
Oh no, go for it. Go for
it. That Kingdom Hearts trilogy cloud release is a bunch of shit.
That is awful. There's no way that they couldn't have ported at least the first
at least 1 and 2. Yeah.
Like no. 1, 2, and Dream Drop Distance, which ran on a fucking DS. All right.
I just meant everything except for 3. Like I was thinking
everything
like
except for 3 could have been on a cart. And then they could have put 3 on the cloud, but they did everything cloud. So literally, there is no point to playing Kingdom Hearts on a Switch. There's literally no point.
Yeah, it's just the fucking laziest thing. I don't understand it.
I hate all these cloud versions of things that clearly didn't need to be a cloud version. That's
because they didn't want to take the time to port it. They just want to shove it into the cloud and be like, you can stream it. We don't want to have to deal with it. Probably dances around some rights issues too.
That's what I was actually going to say. I actually bet it's more to do with rights issues.
Yeah, and then they can just be like, whatever, here you go. Fuck it.
Like maybe Nintendo only got the rights for it for a certain amount of time. Because if you notice, all the Kingdom Hearts games that were on Nintendo consoles after a few years, even though the Nintendo consoles were still there, the games would be impossible to get anymore, and they would actually be discontinued. A
Yeah.
lot of the time, it was due to the rights running out, so they were no longer making copies for that. So that shot up the 3DS prices for the Kingdom Hearts games, the DS prices for the Kingdom Hearts games, and so on and so forth, like the GBA ones as well. And you can only buy them secondhand. And I think that has a lot to do with the rights, and by them doing the cloud thing, like you mentioned, they'll be able to sidestep that problem.
Yeah, just fucking.
They can just take it away at some point, which they
Yeah.
will. They will 100% just take this game away from you at some point if you buy it.
Well, that's the thing with the cloud thing, and I think we talked about it before, because I know you've said you've had good experience like with the demos of the cloud stuff, and that's
Yes.
fine. And if that's your thing, you want to do it, that's fine. Like
But that's-
I'm not going to stop anyone from
That
doing
could
this.
only work for someone that their only system is the Nintendo Switch and they play it docked. That's the only way cloud
That's
works.
what I was going to say. Because the problem is like if you like the nice thing about the Switch is that you can pick it up and take it with you.
Mhm.
Like where like you're going to be there, you have a nice enough internet connection to stream. I mean, maybe
My
you
Switch is literally just for going out places. That's it. It's not for use off on the TV unless it's like something like, for instance, No More Heroes 3. But like even that, it's just like, no, I don't care. I'd rather just play the game on the handheld. So
yeah.
yeah.
And two, like honestly, like for the cloud stuff, like if they were to go this route, I'd much rather just like rent it. Like let me pay for a couple hours and play it that way. If that's how I really wanted to play a game.
You'd have to do like a month rental for a fucking Kingdom Hearts game. There's no way you could play it for a couple hours.
I mean that's fine too. But I'm just saying, like, let me at least pay for like why do I have to pay full
with
price
the
for a game
cloud,
that...
you are renting it. You're renting until the rights run out.
Well, that's true, I guess. If you want to put it that way, Brandon. Yeah. But I don't want $60 of rental time. I want maybe like
you
$20
think it's $60? Oh, that's cute. No, it's gonna be $60 a piece, my dude.
No, I know.
It's gonna be $90 for all of these. I'm calling it now.
90 for all? Wouldn't that be like 180?
Yes. I was thinking 30 because that's what
You're
they did
being
with the other
generous.
one. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to be $60 a piece, which is dumb. Super dumb. But we'll see. Maybe we'll be wrong. Maybe they'll be like very generous. Maybe they'll be like, oh, $10 for the cloud version. Yeah, doubt it. But I don't know. I'm sure it's nice for someone. So,
yeah,
that's that. And then the only other Smash thing to talk about is the amiibo that I can think of. Because they showed off the Steve and the Alex amiibo. And they're going to be coming out with Min Min next spring. So
I like the amiibos for Minecraft. They look really good.
They look nice.
Yeah, they do. They look just like... Well, actually, when I saw them on the screen, I was like, are these renders?
Oh, yeah, I mean, probably.
I mean, it looked like Sakurai was holding them.
No, he didn't have them. He's like, I don't have these on me, but I assure you they look like Steve and Alex.
Oh, okay. So maybe they were.
Yeah.
But they did look like Steve and Alex.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how hard can you get that fucked up? You're making a plastic tee, and then you're putting paint on it.
Yeah. Maybe we see people fuck up crazier things. They would be like Marf.
Oh, yeah.
All weird shapes.
Yeah.
And then I guess they showed off the poses for the most of the remaining amiibo. Watch Sora be the only one that doesn't get one for some reason. That'd be crazy. Anyways, what else do you guys have to talk about?
I mean, there was some other news. I forgot what it was, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let's see. I wrote it down somewhere. So.
I saw there's a rumor. I don't believe it.
Which one?
That Randy Pitchford's about to step down.
Oh! I got other news. I got other news. Also, I hope that is true. There is a rumored screenshot, supposedly from someone that is a social media manager from different places. I've seen the screenshot. It looks real. It's of a scheduled tweet that's supposed to go live on at 11:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
And it will announce the Final Fantasy VII Remake Windows Edition, which will release February 10th, 2022.
Okay. It's believable.
It's Epic Game Store exclusive.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, no, I'm just telling you. There's a screenshot of it floating around right now. So there's that.
Are you gonna get it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's another rumor. Jeff Grubb is saying that Sly Cooper's coming back.
That's cool.
Yeah. What else?
I don't think I have anything else really.
Nothing else?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Nick, what? Nothing?
No.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. All right, you guys ready to wrap up then?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
wait.
What?
Got a little bit of bad news. Hold on, I got some news.
Randy
Ubisoft
Pitchford was promoted to president.
has announced Ghost Recon Battle Royale. They're the latest to the party. I don't know why, but apparently they announced a Ghost Recon Battle Royale.
Is it new?
Yes.
When is it coming out?
No, nothing other than the announcement of it existing today.
Oh, okay.
I guess they wanted to really overshadow that Sora announcement.
Or bury it so nobody sees it.
Oh, and apparently Epic Game Store gets achievements tomorrow as well.
Yep.
Oh, you know
they
what?
didn't have
If it gets yeah, they haven't had achievements since they launched. If it gets achievements tomorrow, and then they also announce Final Fantasy VII remake, that might be pretty good.
Be some big announcements.
Yeah. I'm done. That's it.
Okay. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, our website, game-crunch.com.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, or you can send us a message at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon.
Hey.
Any final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Nick?
Nope.
Okay. Well, with that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me online. I'm Clutch Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. Till next week, game on.
Yep.
Game on.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
It's
Do
funny.
I need Dread?
Somebody, yes, you do.
I don't
Somebody
know.
posted a
Maybe.
picture, and it was like two of the Smash Pros playing it, and
Uh-huh.
it was the game. They're like, "This looks like those fake game ads where they Photoshop Pro."
That's a very good way to describe it.
Well,
But do I really need Dread?